Okay, I started showing off my NFTs. I guess I wasn't gonna do that, but because I feel like it would help me to be convey more impress what I'm trying to say, then you would be believable. But so check out how savvy this idea is, right? About having a blockchain application to get teenagers incentivized to call their parents. Uh, you know, it's not just like you're giving them the carrot on the stick and treating them mechanical. You can, if you're a parent, you can say, I have command codes that can override and your credits, your game credits that you can trade for allowance money that gets triggered by the encryption app like Signal or Telegram, right? When you call through that application, like you're supposed to, right? You get these game credits, right? Which is your allowance also that could be traded on a decentralized exchange or whatever. Um, they could say, all right, but you have to have a certain ratio. So like, uh, there's 5 nights. Like let's say there's 2 weekends, but then, oh, let's just say it's every day. But let's say that kids go out 4 nights a week. Then not out, but like hang out with their friends after school past a certain time, 4 nights a week. So if you messed up like one of those times, then it could override and hold all those game credits. It could put a seize on them. It could put seize on them. Put seize on them. You know, like, oh my God, this is, so my friend time travels and he gives me ideas. I told you I was a computer program, right? Like, it's weird, man. Like, and sometimes it scares him how fast I come up with the result, I guess. But anyways, yeah, because we're Martians. Um, Tiamat. Uh, my dad's nickname was Red. He's a red-haired uh, African American. I'm gonna say it like a nerd. I can't really good. Uh, uh, anyways, okay. So like, the parents, like, it would be kind of like crappy if you think about it. Like, oh yeah, I get these. I can only make so many. I can only get so many. Like, it's not about that. Your parents, like, have a you know what I'm saying, different amounts that they'll be able to obviously fund with, right? But it's just a ratio. It's just you know what I'm saying? It's just a rate. Oh, man, this idea is the snaps, and it gets deeper because there's more functionality than ex- immediately can be advantageous. So you could see that, you know what I mean? Like, and with the Colo blocks, right? Colo box. It's a Scandinavian uh, Navy, and I should say it right because that's a nationality. I'm being a I'm being a dickhead. I could feel it. Sometimes we're a little douchey. A man can be a little douche. Uh, Scandinavian gingerbread man. Somebody said so. I'm just mad because I'm not able to give my sources. So these is facts, man. Let me tell you. Let me state facts. Um, but Scandinavian gingerbread man's story where it's like the pets go along with the owner, but they take a certain amount of stress or something from, I don't know. It's like they get killed. Some of them get killed or something. You know, it's like Mother Goose and Grimm or something. There's like more. They're kind of morbid, like fractured and kind of macabre. Willy Wonka is. But anyways, like colo blocks can die. Um, Point is that something like you're pre-mining something, you like, you know, this generation. These are UPC symbols. first generation UPC symbol, 45th generation UPC symbol, unique UPC symbol that gets leveled up on by going on adventures, pre-mining. But you're pre-mining a UPC symbol. You already know it exists and everything. The point is to get them incorporated into a portfolio that somebody uses to for identity verification when they want to have an effect on social media, or to make a public announcement, and or you know, send somebody data that is encrypted. Then you would want to know who it's from, and it has to be the UPC symbol is like leveled up to on certain platform games that they use in common, and you can even embed memos. So I will know your memo and give it a more enigma, make it an enigma for anybody to try and crack it. You can send gifts in it. You can send NFTs inside of it. And like, they don't do this yet. So you'd be like, oh man, why are you telling us this crap is not, I go play the game and that's not what it is. I invested in this. So don't tell me about you invested in anything right now and slap you. I'm smack you. You played Colobox and you invested. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, you would be looking at me like, you're crazy. You have fucking 100 billion Colobucks. Why do you got all too many Colobucks? You're never gonna burn all those Colobucks. You're never gonna revive, because like, I'm doing a holistic approach to the whole, you know, like, I'm burning a lot. Yes, I'm burning a lot. That's good, right? You know what I mean? I'll cause a pump and dump. That's also good. People talk about pump and dumps like those are a negative thing, you know? And then or I'll even pump and dump myself. I'll try to test the constraints of the wash trading by testing if it likes other levels. You know, don't try to maintain the price on those other levels, and see if it just likes that other level, and if it would just let it ride out a little longer. People actually, the psychology, they maybe even know something that you don't know, and there's way more that you don't know than that you do know, right? So I'm not depending on this thing to pan out, the Colobox. I'm not depending on a lot of things to pan out. It just no expectations. It's always better to have no expectations. So yeah, so the thing that gets me making videos is when I see something a little bit unexplained about the possibilities of something that looks so inconspicuously as nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever seen commercials and you didn't even understand what it was? Like, what was being advertised? You know? Yeah, and I know people that can add to that could say more about that. They've actually done things like without a huge company behind you, but having ideas that affect people in ways that it's like you're building from the advantage of like a meta conscious, like what's it called, which conscious, there's lots of different prefixes or prefaces to that. I'm trying to remember which conscious. It's like the clairs. There's so many different clairs, like clairvoyant, and then I forgot all of them, really. There's like 7 or 8 different clairs. I can't ever focus on anything long enough to forget everything else I know. It's just like emptied out the other side, poured out the other side when I fill up with knowledge and pours out. Supposed to look for other empty spaces and find them and fill them and requite some form of work that is described as a purpose that only the individual that feels it can give it. Like, only he who feels it knows it. And Shimoyada.